Drahí židovskí priatelia v Československu, je mi požehnanie, je mi to cťou, že dnes môžem sedieť v domácnosti Rabbiho Yehuda Lave, ktorý je spirituálny poradca, je to spisovateľ, je to novinár, psychológ a spirituálny učiteľ a coach s titulmi z biznisu, psychológie a židovského práva. Pracuje s ľuďmi s rôznym pozadím a pomáha pri ich hľadaní väčšieho šťastia, väčšieho zmyslu života. Dáva biznis poradenstvo pri úspore peňazí a spirituálneho rastu. For that, I just introduce you our dear friends, our holy Jews in Czechoslovakia. It's a privilege and an honor to be with you with this Parsha. This week Parsha Beshalach. Can you share with us something?
First of all, I apologize, it has to be in English. Only my dear, sweet wife from Czech speaks Czech. I'm an English boy only. But I can say, hello.
Hello. In Czech?
Yeah.
Ahoj.
Ahoy, of course. I'm very privileged to be able to share with you on Parsha Beshalach, because people don't realize how powerful this Parsha is. Next week's Parsha Yitro is the Ten Commandments, and the world knows and is very impressed by the Ten Commandments. It has been the civilization of the world from the Jewish people from the Ten Commandments. But this week's Parsha Beshalach is just as powerful, and people don't realize everything that's in it. And as a result, this is an opportunity from Hashem for me to share 2 or 3 important points in the limited time that we have on Parsha Beshalach. First of all, today is Tuesday, and today we're being taping this on Tuesday before coming up on Friday, the week of Parsha Beshalach. And today is a very special day because it's considered in the whole Jewish world as a segula, which means like an amulet or a help or a way to ask God for a special favor for earning money. In Hebrew, we call this a parnasa. And so there's a tradition spread around the world, even though it's not in the Torah, it's part of the oral Torah from great rabbis. And I think one of the rabbis was from Czech who started this concept as well, where we read the Parsha of the Manna. It's called the chapter of the Manna, which is later on in the Parsha, and I'll be talking about that a little later. But it happens to be Tuesday that we're taping this program, and today's the day you would read this Parsha section of the section of Segula for Parnasa. So let this video be a Segula, an amulet, a helping when you watch it, that your Parnasa, your income, will go way up after you watch this video.
Amen, amen.
All right, so here we had Parsha Beshalach. The most famous thing that happens in the Parsha is, of course, the splitting of the Red Sea. And why this Parsha this miracle is considered so great is because of the stress that the Jews were under when they were being chased by the Egyptians. The 10 plagues, which we just finished in the last 2 Parshas, in Parshas Vayera and Parshas Bo, were big miracles as well. It's not so easy to turn water into blood, or to have frogs or lice, or hail, or killing of the firstborn. But people got out, they saw God's hand, and here at the splitting of the sea, people felt that God was clearly on their side, and that's what God says why he did the miracle, to have people know that I am God. So the Parsha starts off with the Jews leaving Egypt after the 10 plagues. They went out with power, but Pharaoh chases after them, and they get to the Red Sea, and they don't know what to do, and God tells Moses, let the people take action. And Nachshon, who's from the tribe of Yehuda, goes into the water, and goes under the water up to his nose before the sea splits. So he took action, and God fights for them here we're not asked to fight for ourselves yet because we're still slaves and we're still just leaving Egypt. But when we go into the water, we take on to God's action onto ourselves to help us to know that God will be with us, and He gets us through the Dead Sea. Maybe it's the Red Sea, we don't know. It's not the Dead Sea, it's the Red Sea. And then He drowns the Egyptians, and not one of them is left. And Egypt sees that they're lost. The Jews see the action, and they sing a song. They choose to sing the song that's in the Parsha in the Torah. Show them the Torah a second here. Here's the Torah. In the Parsha of the Torah this week, they have this song is broken down to like a series of bricks where the words are set up, and it's the most famous song of the Torah, and it's so important to the emunah, the faith of the Jewish people from this song, that we sing this song. We don't sing it, we read it every single morning in the morning prayers to remind ourselves the great miracle that God did for us in saving the Jewish people as they left Egypt. And the song is sung by the men first, and then Miriam sings the song. But when you're looking through the Torah, it's the only place in the whole Torah which has this breaking down brick by brick story. It's about the middle of the Torah. So when people are trying to find a spot in the Torah, they easily find this spot to know because the script is different in the Torah when you read through the Torah. So that's the sea and the splitting of the sea. And so people will never forget it. God says, I do this to remind the people that I took you out of Egypt. It wasn't Moses, it wasn't anybody else. It was me, myself, and I being God and the one and only that took you out of the land of Egypt and through the Red Sea. But this miracle happened one time. It happened once, and the people saw it. Many people, when you read the Torah, you don't realize that it seems like, because we learned it as children, that they're children's stories. There's no children's stories in the Bible. Everything is written for adults to understand and to learn, so that the Jewish people spend their entire lives having to study, and we still never get to the bottom of it. I've been studying for over 50 years, and every day is like a new day because I discover something new and I learn when I read. And this miracle happened one time, but they then were in the desert for 40 years. This miracle of one time is like the sun going up. It comes up every day. We take it for a miracle. The Torah teaches us that for 40 years, they survived on a miracle of water and manna given to them in the desert. Now, the purpose of God drowning the Egyptians in the sea was to demonstrate without any doubt or issue that God was the one that took them out. Some naysayers to the Torah say, oh, wind blew. God used the wind to separate it. In fact, there's a midrash that says that each tribe had his own path, 12 paths. There's no way that the wind would have blown 12 paths in the water. So that knocks that little story to end. But again, it happened once. They were in the desert for 40 years. This 40 years was not only a punishment for the spies not wanting to go to the land of Israel, it was God's training us, ingraining into us our DNA that makes us as Jews that were able to make us survive for the next 2,000 years after the 3,500 years after the Torah was given. God trained us during that 40 years in a particular way. And one of the main way He trained us, because the only things we can do things are for, is with food. Food makes the world go round. Food makes the human being. You can talk all you want. Of course, air is more important. You have to breathe every minute, and you have to drink. And you can live without food for 40 days, as Moses did, but you don't live very well, and the body doesn't react very well, and the soul can't get nourishment if the body isn't nourished. So He had to feed us. How do you feed? The estimates are since there were 600,000 men, there were at least that many women, and they had 6 children supposedly each. So they had as many as 3 or 4 million people. How do you feed 3 or 4 million people? And you have to believe this is real. You can't say, oh, it's a fairy tale. This is the real story. It says it in the Chumash that he made the manna come down from the heaven. And there were 3 miracles as part of it. Each person, no matter if they're chunky like me or skinny like Avram, they had enough to eat from one portion. Everybody got enough to eat. They were never hungry, and they never felt that they needed anything. And not only was it perfect food for their digestion with all the minerals and that they needed, and it digested completely in their bodies. They didn't go to the bathroom for 40 years. There may be some issue about whether they were able to let go of water, but there was no